Yeah, I think honestly it's just a level of trust that we have in everybody. Just kind of going out there and being able to do your job instead of trying to be maybe like kind of do more than what your job is and kind of try and just be a hero. Instead, I think we're just kind of going out there and doing what we're supposed to do, doing our job and just passing the torch. And I think good offense relies on everybody, and that's what we're doing this year. Is everybody's contributing that and more. There's guys on the bench that would play on a lot of teams in the country, and they're playing really good right now too.
Can you point to a guy or two just from last year to this year where you're like, this guy's become a hitter, and maybe it's an approach or just growth or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, the guy that stands out to me is Josh Karen, our catcher. He made a huge step, and I think he's always had that talent in him. He's always been a great hitter, and we saw it in the fall of his freshman year. But I think it's just a mentality standpoint. He has grown up a bunch, and he's put in a lot of work just to be able to be confident at the plate and really just trust his swing.
Loss is a loss, but it's tough to get your mindset back after what happened.
It is tough. Like you said, it's a loss in baseball. That's going to happen. The sport's kind of a cruel thing, and there's never been an undefeated team that I can remember, at least, in the sport of baseball. So you kind of just have to remember that you're going to lose some tough ones, no matter who it's against. It's a long season, and can't really think about it. The way I see it is we think about that one. It's going to affect our games this weekend, and just kind of put it to the side and focus on Illinois.
Can a loss like that spark a team?
Oh yeah, I definitely think it could. I think it'll definitely light a fire being kind of just a tough game. Like I said, it's a tough game to lose, but the things you can take away from those games are almost more important than winning a game. You learn a lot more from those games, what I'm trying to say, about your team and about kind of what makes us tick.
Do you see this team as having the ability? You got to set that aside because now Big Ten play starts.
Yep.
That has to be your focus. Is this a team that can do that, can set that away, and focus on what's at hand?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've shown it this year already. I think it's just a matter of our mentality coming to the game. Our first weekend didn't go how we wanted it to, how we wanted to start, and I feel like we showed that we can bounce back. And it's just a matter of our mentality going into the game and everybody being locked in on focusing and doing their part and not trying to, win the game. Like when something like that happens, some people might try and step up and kind of try and play hero ball, but we kind of have a great leadership and a great team aspect and team mindset that we're focusing on just doing our part, and I think that's the key to bouncing back from something like that.
You excited for Big Ten play to get going?
I'm super excited. It's some of the most fun baseball ever.
What characterizes Big Ten play versus any other games you guys want to play?
Yeah, I'd say it's just a level of intensity. You get it from both sides of the guys, both sides of the teams. You can just tell, like, there's a level of wanting to win more, almost. But you're just playing. You're really playing for your school at that point. Really for the name on the front of your chest, and it just feels like a bigger game almost. Trying to not make it feel like that, but just the intensity kind of does.
In some ways, does it feel kind of like a new season, a little bit of a different opportunity, because now you're kind of, you still have everything you did with the non-conference stuff, but Big Ten play presents a new opportunity, if you will.
Yeah, I'd say definitely in a way it would definitely seem like a kind of a new start almost for teams that maybe were doing great leading up to it, and teams that maybe were struggling going into this. It's definitely a new start for everybody, and I think the teams that just kind of focus on one game at a time are going to be the ones that succeed in Big Ten play, because everybody's going to give you their best shot every single weekend.
To what do you attribute your start? I mean, you're hitting for whatever it is right now. What's been going right with your approach personally?
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same things that I was talking to you guys about, like Josh. He's just kind of focused on doing his part, and I feel like that's kind of been the goal for me, is just focus on doing my part and trusting everybody in our lineup, because we have just talented players all throughout our lineup. So I think I'd attribute it to just kind of everybody else fulfilling their role, and everybody just kind of trusting everybody in the lineup.
Because Coach Wold has talked before about, especially maybe some of the struggles last year where it felt like, you guys had to do more than you were able to do or whatever. How real is it when you have depth that allows you to just kind of do your part and not try to do too much?
Yeah, from a mental standpoint, it's huge. Just being able to go up there and not worry about the result, just going up there, putting your best swing on the ball, and knowing that if maybe the other team makes a great play on you or doesn't go your way, the guy behind you is going to pick you up, and you have no problem, and they're going to get the job done after you.